So I'm revisiting my CSGO investment today, and I thought I'd share it with you guys because looking on YouTube at CSGO case investing in particular is just honestly a bunch of guys that seem to have absolutely no idea what they're talking about, like Cykahotfire just saying anything that comes to his head and acting like it's investing advice for some reason. But I thought I'd go through and show you an actual CSGO case investment, not somebody who's just CSGO investments are to make money and then not. So when I started off my CSGO investments, I started off originally, if I come down here, CS20 cases. CS20 cases were the first case I ever bought. I have about 10 cents in each of these. And I want to say they were at 20 cents for a while. They might be closer down to like 16 or 17 now. So I'm up about 70% on these in the last 2 years or so. I started this this whole CSGO investment around the summer of 2020. So I have a little over 13,000 of these. So $1,300 turned into almost 3,000 in total. Or 2,700 is about the price of them when they're at 20 cents a piece. So those are what I initially started with. Again, 13,000 of those. If I come here to the storage units, I do have some random investments here, like RMR stickers. I do have stickers that I bought back when they were like bare bottom prices. Like almost every single sticker in here is bought for 3 cents or whatever price I got them off of, like Skinport, for example. Maybe I bought a couple of them for 2 cents, but these are basically just a forgotten investment. There's only, I want to say, let's see, yeah, only 500 or so stickers in here. So this is like $15 or whatever. It's like nothing in the grand scheme of the whole inventory. The other large investment I have, like as far as number of cases, are the Prisma 1 case. Each of these cases I bought between 6 and 9 cents a piece. Back when people were saying, oh, don't buy Prismas. They're too long-term of an investment. You're not going to make much money off of them, etc., etc. I bought these about 2 years ago. I'd have to go through and get the exact time frame, but it was somewhere between a year and 2 years ago. And I bought them for 6 to 9 cents a piece, and right now they're sitting at about 17 cents a piece. So what was originally a $2,400 investment, because I have about 40,000 of these, is now a $6,700 investment. And if you're wondering like what the total amount invested into this inventory is, I've invested just under 5,800 US dollars into the CSGO inventory over the last 2 years, and it's currently sitting at Steam value, not like off-market value like Skinport or whatever you sell it on. On Steam value is just under $18,000. So about a 200% increase in value over 2 years. So 100% a year, however you want to look at it. This year has been a lot slower just with everything going on in the real world and all of that fun stuff. So the ones that we covered there, the CS20, obviously a couple $1,000s in profit there. Prisma ones, couple thousand, $3,000 to $4,000 profit in there. Then we get to the cases that were actually the real money makers. If I can find where they're labeled, most of them are labeled correctly. Here you can see Chroma 3s. Chroma 3s were fairly good, but the majority of my profit came from these Chroma 2s, which are up to almost $1 a piece on the Steam market, and I have a little over 3,000 of these. So I bought all of these cases when I want to say they were around 15 to 20 cents, about the same time I bought CS20 cases back in the summer of 2020. So if you go look at Chroma 2s and Chroma 3s back during the summer of 2020, I might be wrong about the Chroma 2 prices, but I know Chroma 3s were very, very cheap when I bought them back then. But I spent practically nothing on these 3,000 cases, maybe, 300, we'll round up and say $400 on these cases, and they are now worth almost $1 a piece. It's gone down a little bit in the past couple months. Just CS investments in general usually go down throughout the summer, and it is what it is. But usually come fall, what we're getting into now, a lot more people stuck inside playing CSGO, should see a lot of these investments begin to climb again, especially now that the US dollar is weakening so much that even if the value of the cases don't go up, the dollar amount will, just because of how cheap the US dollar is becoming over the past couple of years. But the have 3,000 of these now, but I want to say upwards of 8,000 of these at the peak. Like I had bought a lot of these. I don't have it all written down. I just have a spreadsheet of the current cases. So if you guys are interested in me going back and actually getting the purchase date and the purchase price for all of these cases, again, multiple thousands of dollars, if not over $5,000 in profit just from the Chroma 2 and Chroma 3 cases. And again, if I come back here, you can see Chroma 3s. Again, all of these should be labeled correctly. So we have what look like a little over 4,000 Chroma 3s, and if I come here, it says I own 4,281 Chroma 3s at a price of what was roughly 70 cents the last time I adjusted it. Not 100% certain what it is now, but the only other investments I have are just random, cases or storage units, I should say, of just random investments that people have said to buy. I had extra money in my Steam wallet at one point, and I just asked subscribers like, "Hey, I'll invest $5 in whatever you think is a good investment." From mostly, they're all completely awful. Like the cases really are the only thing that people said that was actually a good investment. Like these, like all of the 2020 RMR stickers haven't moved in like 2 years. They're basically just been locked at as cheap as possible. These just random things that people recommend, like these I think are like operation drops, so maybe they've had some increase in price. I'd have to go through and look, but Horizon cases have done really well. CS20 cases, pretty much just what you could expect, like a 50% increase in the last 2 years. So I won't complain about 20+% compounding interest on an investment, especially if that's the worst return. Obviously I'm shooting for way higher than that, just given the risk of something happening to CSGO, or just the added risk of the potential that any of this stuff could go to zero in the long run. But I do have some Prisma 2s. Prisma 1s and Prisma 2s are both discontinued from the game, so they hover basically around the same price. And I have the occasional other item. The only other thing I have is some skins, which you could see here. I had a knife, sold the knife to buy cases, because the knife was like, I bought it for, I want to say $500, and over 2 years it had only got up to $600. So I was like, okay, whatever. I sold it for the $600 and used it to buy cases. I'm like, I'm not going to spend 2 years to get a 20% increase in price when, like I said, there's all this stuff that goes up way faster, just supply and demand reasons. The game has a consistent player base. And as long as the player base stays consistent or doesn't shrink too fast, none of these cases are coming into the game anymore, the ones that I own. So if the community, I doubt it. I doubt the CSGO community is going to grow too much over the next few years. They've kind of saturated the market. Everybody knows what CSGO is. But as long as they can maintain players, these cases will continue to get consumed from the game hundreds of times faster than they come into the game. So these, I want to say around the last time I checked the unboxing report, it's like 600,000 Prisma 1 cases are being unboxed every month. There's only 170,000 of them on the Steam market, and over 500,000 of them are being unboxed every month. So yeah, the quantity of these cases are just going through the gutter, and I'm fine with them staying at 15 cents as long as possible, because the longer they stay cheaper, the more they're going to be taken out of the game, the faster it'll ramp up and exponentially grow when people have began to slowly give up on their investment. Like, oh, the Prisma case, it's been at 15 cents for the last 6 months. I'm just going to sell it. And you have more and more investors selling it at 15 cents, and that's great, because once people eat up all the cases on the market and the price begins to go up, then there's going to be less and less investors holding on to it because they didn't believe in the supply and demand of the case. They didn't understand that 4 times as many cases are being unboxed every month as are listed currently. So all it takes is running out of investors to supply the market, and the price will expand very, very, very quickly, which is what you see all the time randomly. 3 or 4 months will pass with a case barely changing price, and suddenly, boom, the price just explodes. And that's because they broke broke some floor where they no longer had sellers at that price. Investors didn't want to give up their case stockpiles at that price, and the price shoots up fast. So I'll let you know if that happens. Again, comment any questions down below if you have anything for me that you want to ask, or any other information you guys want to know. Like I said, if you guys want accurate numbers to when I bought these, how much I bought them for, just let me know that. But if you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.